The Sidemen took 60,000 fans, a professional referee, and Sky Sports level of TV production and created one of the biggest YouTube events of all time. But that's not the only thing they stole. Today I'm going to do a full tactical breakdown of the Sidemen Charity match to show you how these YouTubers implemented genuine football tactics from a very specific Premier League team. This is the story of how Sidemen FC beat the YouTube All-Stars by stealing Premier League tactics, and they did it in 3 different ways. Number 1, Behzinga's Declan Rice-like performance. Number 2, how an organised backline changed the entire game. And number 3, the influence of the Zerbi ball, which is exactly where we'll start. In the opening 60 seconds, KSI did something very impressive. Surprisingly.
I just want to say, right, last year people said to me that Spencer wasn't laughing at Stephen's jokes.
The Zerbi ball centres around creating transitional moments, and they do this from the centre-backs becoming very deep and almost creating a back 3 line with the goalkeeper. This baits the opposition press and creates space for the pivot players to receive the ball and transition it through to the final third. Saying all of that, do you recognise this? KSI actually ushers his centre-back and his left-back to come in line with him, which automatically baits the press from the YouTube All-Stars and allows KSI to lift a lovely ball into Mr. Beast, who is in acres of space. This was an incredibly impressive thing to happen in the first 60 seconds of a Sidemen Charity match, and it set the tone for the rest of the game. Just like De Zerbi, the Sidemen wanted to play in the transition. And this isn't bullshit. This actually got them several goals.
We'll get past that eventually.
Again, how far have we come? H performing at half-time in a YouTube charity game. Mad.
There used to be rappers like KSI doing it.
I think it's onside, you know. Simon could score at a great time. He's currently 1-1, but Minter strikes again. You can see
that line of 3 was once again created by KSI, and through Ethan dropping slightly deeper, drawing Philly out of position, Ginge was able to play Manny in space, and within 3 passes, Simon was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. This is the type of football De Zerbi would cream himself over, baiting the press, vertical passing, and creating beautiful goal-scoring opportunities. This was far more impressive than I ever expected. However, the YouTube All-Stars still had a genuine opportunity to win this game, and it came down to these 2 players, so stick around as to why. But first, we have 2 more tactical elements to break down, and first up is Behzinga. A London boy who spent his childhood at the Bowling Ground is now scoring goals at West Ham's current stadium. It's very easy to lick his arse and tell him he's playing like Declan Rice, but if you look closely, it's a pretty good comparison. Declan Rice is fast becoming one of the best all-action midfielders in the world, with his ability to play the ball safely, his power in his progressive carries, and his tactical intelligence. All 3 of these things were seen in Behzinga's game. We saw his tactical awareness in this clip, but most impressively was his ability to drive the ball forward. His progressive carries in this game were outstanding. Several times he picked up the ball from deep and was able to carry his team forward 20, 30, 40 yards at times, and was a huge asset to his team in creating those counter-attacks that the Sidemen love to play. And of course, it earned him a goal.
That's all you can ask for from your centre-half there. He's got him up the pitch. Behzinga. Oh, he's going to go through. Play on. He's through. And West Ham. Behzinga. Behzinga scores. What a moment.
The shirt's coming off.
Look at it. Honestly.
Now, before we turn our attentions to the YouTube All-Stars and how they should have won this game, we first need to look at the Sidemen's back line, more specifically, Angry Ginge. Ginge brought a level of composure and calmness to his back line, which was reminiscent of Virgil van Dijk, if Virgil van Dijk could get sunburnt more easily. Ginge also had great anticipation throughout the game, and it's shown in this clip where he leaves his shape at the perfect moment to make that challenge and end the attack abruptly. abruptly. But perhaps most importantly, his effect on the opposition was what changed the game. YouTube All-Stars really like to play the ball vertically as their legs begin to fatigue, and it was a good tactic because it allowed for them to have less men in the build-up and more men to commit forward for goal-scoring opportunities. But Ginge's influence on the back line and the organisation that he provided meant that the YouTube All-Stars played vertically in the build-up, but when it got to the final third, they became incredibly lateral. This meant that they could not breach the back line of Sidemen FC, and it actually ended up limiting the goal-scoring opportunities for the away team. But now it's time to turn our attention to the YouTube All-Stars and how they should have won this game. Mark Goldbridge, whether he knows it or not, actually took inspiration from England under-21's Euro campaign this year. Quite impressively, he put Chris MD and Philly as his double pivot. Two nimble and technical midfielders sat at the base of his midfield, which eerily resembled England under-21's double pivot of Curtis Jones and Gomez. This partnership could and should have won the game if they stayed on the pitch together long enough. The ability to pick the ball off the centre backs and play a pass or drive the ball through midfield actually could have created a lot of opportunities, with impressive running from Nico Milana and speed for a man who doesn't know the offside trap creates really great blindsided runs at points. It was simply because they weren't on the pitch together for long enough, and that led to Sidemen FC beating the YouTube All-Stars because they stole Premier League tactics.